Well, I got the phone call that many people talk about. Actually, it was a long list of voicemails on the phone from numbers I didn't recognize when I was at a summer evening barbecue with my son, and I grabbed my phone out of my purse to take a picture of him doing a silly break dance. And from then forward, I knew that my late husband, had been in an accident. It was bad. I didn't know where he went. And from that moment forward to getting to the hospital, and then the hours and days and weeks afterwards, I realized everything from not having the password to his phone to call some of his family members, to not knowing where half of our documentation was, that I wasn't prepared at all.
How long did you have with him before he passed?
The accident happened on a Friday, and then the following Friday, after all of the tests basically said the same thing, that his injuries were unrecoverable. So we had a week to spend time with him and visit with him, although he never gained consciousness.
Was he in your household, let's put it that way, not to lay it on him, was it your household one where one partner takes care of all of the financial stuff for the most part, and the other is blissfully
Unaware?
No,
well, if anyone was blissfully unaware, it might have been him. I would say, like many households, we split responsibilities, and the 50% of things that I could find or had answers to were very, very helpful. There were a number of things, from whether he had Bitcoin to what the password was to the photo storage on the cloud to get all of the baby photos and wedding photos. So there was everything from, very big, high consequence financial implications to where are all the baby photos. And so the stuff I didn't know, and the things that could have taken maybe 5 seconds to write down, took maybe hours or dozens of hours or days, or maybe some things were never found.
And so what happened, and what led you to go from that experience to writing this book? And you have a website where you talk about this as well.
I do, yeah. I had been in the hospital, and it had been just a day or two. And after getting questions about if our affairs were in order and what kind of disability insurance do you have, if you have any, I realized, in walking through the halls, that people were sleeping in the lobbies, and that these kinds of accidents impact so many of us. And if it hasn't yet, it might, or you work with someone, or you know someone, where life goes sideways and you're not ready at all. So I'd said to myself, oh my God, I don't have my stuff together. And I really didn't. And from that moment forward.
So what are the two or three things that families or individuals can do preparatory to this as a protective measure? What's number one?
Well, preparing is important. So even just what is your emergency plan? Same as a fire drill or earthquake preparedness. Have some passwords written down. Download an ICE app on your phone, or use the fingerprint.
What's an ICE app?
It's in case of emergency. So some phones have it built in where you can type in case of an emergency, you can call someone. But if the phone isn't around or available, get a list of phone numbers to people. Have an emergency key set outside. Get a backup plan for someone
obviously,
to pick
each partner, if you're living in a household where two individuals live, you need to know where the documents are held, right? Where is the will if you have a will? Where are the account statements if you have account statements? What are the passwords on those accounts? Obviously, money is a big part of this, and I suppose one always needs an emergency fund. But these kinds of emergencies can come out of nowhere, and you may end up having to travel across the country and stay in a hotel for 2 weeks.
Exactly. So being able to have your life be able to hit the pause button, or someone available to take care of kids or pets or family member that you take care of. The legal issues, probate court, and having your will and living will and a power of attorney document, which is important to have for non-life threatening situations. But if you need to take care of decisions for your parents as they're aging. Insurance, insurance is a great way to cover your weak spots, kind of the yin and yang of money and insurance. So I really found that the legal and the insurance and the money savings, if we had an emergency fund, how well was I prepared for the future on my own? They all added up to a few things, or a few categories of things. And money was a big impact and a big consequence of all of them.